Good evening, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner. I know you're not seeing me right now, but that is because we are covering the topic of settings in a Samsung J6 Orbit smartphone. Now, a lot of these settings can be found in other Android phones, and they operate in a similar way. Virtually all these Android phones have these kind of settings, and you can adjust them as you need to. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cover all these settings. You're going to see a whole slew of illustrations, so hang in there. There are lots of settings you can change on your phone. We will start with the Wi-Fi settings. The first thing you can do is set your Wi-Fi connection. You can connect your phone to an available public or private Wi-Fi service, or you can shut off your Wi-Fi connection completely. And if you're in an unfamiliar place and you don't want to be on the public Wi-Fi, I'd shut that baby off, personally. But that's up to you. Another thing you can do is see if there are any public Wi-Fi hotspots available to you. But if I were you, I would only connect to them at your own risk. Never stand there and try to access you know how you have a banking app and you're trying to transfer money and all this other goody stuff. Never do that on a public Wi-Fi hotspot. You don't know how secure that thing is. Use your own internet or do it better at home, okay? Alright? I would not recommend accessing an app that your employer provides to you on a public Wi-Fi anything. In other words, if you want to check your work schedule or access your retirement account on your phone, never use a public Wi-Fi hotspot. Just don't do it. It's a really bad idea. The next setting you will see is the Wi-Fi Direct setting. You can access your Roku or Amazon Fire device with your smartphone. Never use this feature on a public Wi-Fi device. Then there is the Advanced feature. In this feature, you can shut off your access to your smartphone provider internet. This is why this way I'm not using my Tracfone internet when I'm using my home internet. Okay? You can also switch off your smartphone's capability to automatically connect to an internet provider. In other words, you don't want to sign on a public internet, you can shut it off. This will keep your phone from automatically connecting to Wi-Fi hotspots if you're in an unfamiliar area. And you can tell your smartphone whether you want to detect public Wi-Fi or not. This helps you find Wi-Fi hotspots. The final thing you can do is tell your smartphone which internet providers to connect to. That way your phone can connect to certain Wi-Fi hotspots while keeping your phone from connecting to internet providers that you don't feel are safe. You can also connect your smartphone to a Bluetooth device. Once your device is synced to a Bluetooth device, you can control the volume of your Bluetooth device with your smartphone. Okay? And this would apply to stereo speakers, that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, if somehow you can get your phone connected to your computer, you may be able to send files from your smartphone directly into your computer, or vice versa. Once your smartphone is connected to your Bluetooth device, okay, I'll say that again. Once your smartphone is connected to your Bluetooth device, you can tell your phone to play your ringtone on your Bluetooth device. If you don't want to hear your ringtone on your Bluetooth device, shut this feature off. What is the Bluetooth control history? This tells you if one of the apps on your smartphone has access to Bluetooth device. There is another feature on your smartphone. It's called airplane mode. So let's say you wanted to not connect to your Wi-Fi, you don't want to connect to your cell phone provider's internet, none of it. You can turn that airplane mode on and your phone will connect to anybody. But I wouldn't leave it on. I wouldn't leave the airplane mode on a full 24 hours in a day, because what happens is eventually you get disconnected from your network, and then you have to call your network provider and say, yes, I still have an active smartphone, so on and so forth. It's a real pain. But at night, when you're going to sleep, that's a perfect way to keep that Wi-Fi from getting into that phone. Okay? So what is the mobile network setting? I'm a very fortunate person. My mobile provider is Tracfone, and it's available in most places in the United States. So I can travel to virtually any place in the United States and still make a phone call or send a text message. But what if I travel to a foreign country? Does Tracfone provide phone and text services to every nation in the world? Not so fast. You can still obtain cell phone and text service in a foreign nation, but you will receive a bill from that phone company. If you don't want to use their service, switch off this feature on your smartphone. Now that I've explained data roaming, I need to explain the acronym VOLTE. What do the letters VO stand for? Well, they stand for voice over. What do the letters LTE stand for? They stand for the words long-term evolution. The letters LTE are a direct reference to the 4G mobile telephone network. If you've ever used a 2G or 3G mobile telephone network to call someone, you will notice the poor sound quality. This is not a problem for the LTE network. Most cell phone providers in the United States provide this feature. But if you travel to a foreign nation, you might find yourself unable to make a phone call due to the lack of this service. So what is a network mode, and what is the acronym CDMA? CDMA is an older technology. The letters stand for the Code Division Multiple Access. This technology has a competitor, or at least it did. It was called the Global System for Mobiles. This technology is associated with 2G and 3G technology. CDMA uses a spread spectrum technology that I hope to cover in a future video. But this technology was based on radio waves. Ever tried to tune in an AM radio station that is located far away from you? I think you can see the flaw in this technology. In contrast, LTE technology deploys a voice over internet protocol technology that sounds a whole lot better. That's why your phone conversations sound better today than when CDMA was used. Unfortunately, some foreign nations have not been so quick to deploy the LTE technology. And there are some foreign nations that only use the Global System for Mobile technology. If your phone doesn't possess this technology, you may not be able to use it to call anyone anywhere. What is an access point name? It helps your smartphone connect to the internet. It provides a gateway between your phone carrier network and the internet. If you have to contact your smartphone service about connecting to the internet, you may have to provide this information. What is data usage? It tells you how many megabytes of data your phone has transmitted to the internet and how many megabytes of data your phone has received from the internet. Your phone has a data saver mode that prevents some of your apps from accessing the internet when you aren't using these particular apps. What is mobile data? This tells your mobile device that it can access the internet using your mobile data plan, which of course is more expensive than a Wi-Fi hotspot. What is mobile data only apps? This tells the app that you choose on your smartphone to only use the mobile data phone plan to access the internet. Now this becomes very good because if you don't want to use a public Wi-Fi hotspot while using that app, then you tell the computer or you tell the smartphone that when you're using that app, only access the Wi-Fi that is provided by your mobile provider and not by some third party. Okay? So, what is a billing cycle and a data warning? If you have a limited data plan from your mobile phone company, your smartphone can warn you when you're running low on mobile data. And what is the Wi-Fi data usage? This would tell you how much data you sent and received on any Wi-Fi network. It will also show you how much data was sent and received by each app on your smartphone. So what other connection settings do you have on your smartphone? You can tell your smartphone to detect a nearby Roku, Amazon, or even Bluetooth device. You can connect a computer printer to your smartphone. You can set up a virtual private network. I'm not sure how this could be done, but I'm sure you can find plenty of YouTube videos that can tell you how to do this. You can also set up a private domain name service. I'll explain that in a future video. Now, what about sounds? Okay, your phone makes sounds. What kind of settings can you change there? You can also control the sounds that your smartphone makes. Your phone has 3 different sound settings. You can set your phone to make sounds every time you tap something on your phone. When you have this mode activated, you can tell your phone to vibrate when your phone is ringing. You can have your phone vibrate when you tap your phone, or you can have your phone keep silent as you tap on your phone. You can choose a ringtone for your smartphone, and you can create a ringtone for your phone. You can also choose how your smartphone vibrates when you receive a phone call. Okay? And you can choose what sound your phone makes when it receives a notification from an app on your smartphone. You can use the volume buttons on your smartphone to control the volume of the apps on your smartphone. This means you can actually mute your ringtone, or you can mute the media that you're playing on your phone. Like if you have the VLC player, or if you're playing a YouTube video or whatever. You can also mute the sound that plays every time you receive a notification. This way you can hear your ringtone and the media that's playing on your phone, and not hear the sound of your phone that your phone plays when you receive a notification. So what other sounds can you control? Your smartphone can play a sound when you touch certain items on your screen. It can play a sound when you lock or unlock your phone. It can play a sound when you start charging your phone. And it can play sounds as you type in a telephone number on your smartphone keypad. It can also play sounds as you type letters and numbers on your smartphone keyboard. There are some advanced sound settings, but I will just review a few of them here. You can adjust the sound of the bass on your phone. This sound is the lowest audio sound that the phone can generate. It's often associated with beats on a drum or a low male singing voice. The treble sound, on the other hand, is associated with the highest singing voice a person can generate. It's often associated with the word soprano. When you're playing a piece of music, you may value the sounds of the instruments over the sounds of the people singing the song. You can adjust this on your smartphone as well. Another thing you can do is tell your smartphone to generate vibrations similar to what you would feel if you placed your hands on a stereo speaker. That way you can feel and hear the music that is playing on your smartphone. I will also let you experiment with the adapt sound feature on your smartphone, because I don't know that much about it. Okay, but what about notifications? So, what notification settings are there available to you? I have to start this discussion by explaining what an app icon actually is. This graphic picture represents the company and or the app that you are using. For instance, we have the Facebook app, the YouTube app, the Instagram app, and other social media sites. They all have their own unique app icons. Of course, I actually have on my phone an app called the Power Amp, and that is a music player, and it has its own icon as well. What is an app icon badge? If you see a number above an app icon on your smartphone, you will know how many push notifications that app has received. For instance, if somebody replies to a video that you've uploaded to YouTube, an app icon badge above the YouTube app icon will let you know that you've received the reply. If you receive several replies to that video, the app icon badge will have a large number up above the YouTube app icon. This will also happen if you're subscribed to someone else's YouTube channel and the person you subscribe to uploads a video to YouTube. You will also see an app icon badge if someone replies to a tweet you've posted on, well, now it's X, used to be Twitter, or if someone you follow on Instagram uploads a new photo, and I could go on, and you get the idea. Now, what would you do if you're listening to music on your smartphone and you don't want your smartphone to interrupt your music because you're receiving a phone call? You can turn on the Do Not Disturb feature on your smartphone. You can turn on the Do Not Disturb feature on your smartphone instantly, or you can set a time to activate the Do Not Disturb feature. But what if you want to receive notifications from certain people or certain apps and mute all other notifications? Well, you can mute only certain notifications. You can choose to mute alarms, certain media, or sounds generated when you tap your smartphone screen. You can choose which contacts you can receive phone calls from or text messages from. You can receive phone call notifications from people who repeatedly call you. You can also receive notifications from your smartphone calendar and reminders from apps that are on your smartphone. And you can hide certain notifications. You can hide full screen notifications, app icon badges, your notification list, or even your status bar icons. I encourage you to play with all of these settings. You can also limit how many notifications appear on your status bar. You can also see which apps have sent you notifications recently. Okay. The next setting I will discuss is your display. You can control the brightness of your display. If your display isn't as bright, you will conserve energy on your smartphone. But if you are struggling to see images on your smartphone because you're outside, you can temporarily brighten the smartphone screen. Your smartphone also has a night mode. That way less light will shine in your eyes when you go to bed at night. You can tell your smartphone when to activate the night mode. Your phone also has a screen mode feature. You can choose from 4 different screen modes. The first is called an adaptive display. The second is called a cinema display. The third is called a photo display. And the fourth is called a basic display. Feel free to toggle through these modes to see which one you like the most. You can also adjust the font that displays on your smartphone screen. You can adjust the size of your font as well as the style of your font. And you can make the text on your screen appear bold. With the screen zoom feature, you can adjust the size of app icons or even text that is displayed on your smartphone. Have you ever noticed that your smartphone screen shuts off after a few minutes if you don't touch the smartphone screen? You can adjust how long your smartphone screen continues to display. But what is the home screen feature? If you want to see your home screen and you don't want to see all the apps on your phone when you switch on your phone, you can keep these displays separate. If you never want to see all the apps on your phone unless you specifically click a button on your home screen, you can enable the home screen only feature. Your home screen has a grid, believe it or not. If you want to shrink the home screen grid, you can choose from 3 options. The first is the 4x4 grid, the second is the 4x5 grid, and the third is a 5x5 grid. Feel free to experiment with this feature as well. If you access your app screen, you can shrink the size of your app icons. You only have 2 choices with this feature. The first is the 4x4 grid, and the other is the 5x5 grid. Now, what if you switch on your phone and you want to see your app screen? You could just use your finger and swipe up on your phone, or you could add an app screen button to your home screen. You can switch the app's icon badges on and off. You can also lock certain apps in key positions on your home screen. If you add an app on your phone, you can have a button automatically attached on your home screen so you can access that app. Normally, if you want to see your notifications, you have to use your finger and swipe from the top of the screen. but you could enable a feature on your home screen where you can swipe down anywhere on your home screen and see your notifications. Your home screen is automatically in a portrait mode. You can have this changed so once you rotate your phone, your home screen will revert to a landscape mode. If you tap the Hide Apps button, you will see an alphabetical list of all your apps. Your home screen also has an easy mode where you can make all your app icons larger. I'll let you experiment with that feature. The last feature on your smartphone, the last feature your smartphone has when it comes to your display is a screensaver feature. I'll let you play with that one too. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.